The village of Oakhaven was a picture of tranquility in the fading light. Children's laughter echoed through the cobblestone streets. Smoke curled from chimneys, carrying the aroma of burning wood. But as darkness fell, a palpable fear settled over the village. The laughter ceased, doors were bolted and lights extinguished. Oakhaven held its breath.
Whispers of the eyeless man spread like wildfire through the generations. Parents would recount the legend to their children, their voices hushed with fear.
He was a spectre, they said, condemned to walk the earth without eyes, his empty sockets a haunting reminder of his gruesome fate.
Legend had it that the man was once a respected craftsman, betrayed by those he trusted most. They robbed him of his sight and left him for dead in the woods. Consumed by rage and a thirst for revenge, he returned as a vengeful spirit, forever seeking those who wronged him.
Villagers spoke of hearing his chilling wails echoing through the night, a constant reminder of his presence. Some claimed to have seen him, a tall, gaunt figure shrouded in darkness, his footsteps soundless and swift. No one dared to approach him. To meet his empty gaze was to invite madness and death.
Among the villagers was a young man named Thomas, known for his skeptical nature. He scoffed at the tales of the eyeless man, dismissing them as mere superstition. He argued that fear had clouded their judgment, turning shadows into monsters.
Determined to prove his point, Thomas made a bold decision. As the village huddled in fear one particularly dark night, Thomas announced his intention to walk the streets alone.
His words were met with gasps and pleas for him to reconsider.
But Thomas, emboldened by his skepticism, refused to be swayed. He stepped out into the night, the heavy wooden door slamming shut behind him.
The night was eerily silent. The only sound was Thomas's own footsteps echoing off the cobblestones. The darkness seemed to press in on him, thick and suffocating.
I walked with feigned confidence, my heart pounding against my ribs. Every creak of a branch, every rustle of leaves sent shivers down my spine.
As he ventured deeper into the village, a cold wind picked up, swirling around him like a living thing. The air grew heavy with the scent of damp earth and something else, something metallic and ancient. Thomas's steps faltered. He could no longer deny the feeling of being watched, of being hunted. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the shadows ahead. It stood motionless in the middle of the street, tall and imposing. Thomas froze, his breath catching in his throat.
As my eyes adjusted to the darkness, I could make out the outline of a man, his face shrouded in shadow. And then, I saw them. Or rather, I didn't. Where the man's eyes should have been, there was nothing but smooth, empty sockets.
The sight sent a wave of primal terror crashing over Thomas. He stumbled backward, his mind reeling. The figure took a step towards him, then another. Thomas could hear his own blood pounding in his ears, a deafening roar that drowned out all other sound. The following morning, the village awoke to an eerie silence. The sun shone brightly, but it did little to dispel the sense of dread that hung over Oakhaven.
Thomas was gone. His disappearance sent shockwaves through the village, confirming our worst fears.
The skeptics were silenced, their doubts replaced with chilling certainty.
The legend of the eyeless man had once again reared its horrifying head. The villagers of Oakhaven were left to grapple with the chilling reality that some legends are rooted in truth, and some horrors are all too real.
The question wasn't whether the eyeless man existed, but who would be his next victim.